Like what?
Why?
Why is Lovato doing this? What's the benefit? It just feels like this is the millionth time a celebrity has come out. We were all talking about Elliot Page not that long ago.
Well, we weren't all talking about Elliot Page, but yeah.
The artist formerly known as
I was working
Ellen
really
Page.
hard not to talk about Elliot Page.
Fair enough. I don't blame you for that. But the point being is like this periodically happens. There's a lot of, self-congratulation. And then nothing. Like why? Well, why? What's with this cycle? Why do we keep going through it? Why do we keep giving celebrities? I mean, they have enough fame and attention as it is. They
and money.
And money. Yeah. Demi Lovato came out today to the typical expected fanfare of announcing that she identifies as non-binary. I was trying to remember the exact one. So non-binary, which. I had to do some research for this, and it was kind of a sketchy thing to look up on my work computer. But essentially, it boils down to just not identifying as a man or a woman.
Right.
And Demi Lovato insisted on new pronouns, a new batch of pronouns, they, them, their.
Yeah.
I've never really understood identifying as more than a single person. That's always been weird to me.
Yeah, Demi
Grammatically,
Lovato.
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's right. Demi Lovato came out as a person who doesn't know how language works.
Yes. But, I saw this story and it just sort of made me think, like, here we go again. So, Brett, I'll kick this over to you first. Like, what, and I know this is something you want to talk about because you were bothering me before we went on air.
Well, he has all her albums.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah, I'm a
I think
super
he,
fan.
Yeah,
Super fan.
I think he buys it all on vinyl. Actually, that was what I was told.
8-track vinyl, CD, iTunes.
That's what I was told. I'm just, going by what I was told.
You're just the messenger.
I'm just messing.
But yeah, Brett, so, like, what,
Why?
Why is Lovato doing this? What's the benefit? It just feels like this is the millionth time a celebrity has come out. We were all talking about Elliot Page not that long ago.
Well, we weren't all talking about Elliot Page, but yeah.
The artist formerly known as
I was working
Ellen
really
Page.
hard not to talk about Elliot Page.
Fair enough. I don't blame you for that. But the point being is like this periodically happens. There's a lot of, self-congratulation. And then nothing. Like why? Well, why? What's with this cycle? Why do we keep going through it? Why do we keep giving celebrities? I mean, they have enough fame and attention as it is. They
And
don't,
money.
and money. Yeah.
Why
Let's
must
not
we
forget
dedicate
money.
more time and
Right.
attention to the? I don't know. In short, I don't know.
That's fair.
And I don't care when they say these things. Genuinely,
And that's why he works here, folks.
you
'Cause
do
He doesn't care either.
just live and let live is the. I come from maybe more of a libertarian faction, so it's for me live and let live. However, every great intellectual thinker, statesman rolls over in their grave when they see the American political psyche look at this as this is the preeminent battleground on which public affairs are fought, and that's what gets me a little bit more heated. Is why is there so much attention, resource, and time, money spent towards this they?
Oh, I can answer that question. It's because she's got a good publicist.
Yes,
That's why.
They need a raise maybe.
Yeah. What we need to remember here is that any individual who doesn't know what gender they are has a mental illness. It's diagnosable. It exists. It's called gender dysphoria. And I don't mean to make light of Demi Lovato. Look, Demi Lovato is a almost quintessential child star. If you look at her history, she's been in and out of rehab. She fairly recently admitted that she's been clean for 6 years. I think she said that in March, and then in July was back in rehab. Actually, that was last year, I think. 3 months later was back in rehab, and a year later, I've been clean for a year, but I still drink and smoke pot. I think you're defining clean differently than I do. And I'm going to continue to call her she, has made a significant number of announcements coming out in one way or another about being bisexual, about having dated a woman, I think the only engagements she's had have been to men. I know Demi Lovato expert, so don't hold me to that either. But this is a woman with clear mental health and addiction issues. She shouldn't be held up as an example or a poster child of anything except not being a child star. She's a great example of why you don't want to be a child star. I don't want to denigrate her too much because she needs help, and I don't want to just attack her. I will not hesitate to attack the left, which is thrilled to use her, a mentally ill person, to make political points and to push their agenda. I have no trouble attacking the left for that. But that's, she's the victim in that sense. I will also note cynically, well, first of all, I'll note two things. One, Josh Manning, deputy managing editor here, when we heard the news this morning about Demi Lovato coming out as non-binary, his response was, quote, Demi Lovato comes out as in search of attention, which I think is exactly right. I think that was the right take on it.
Yep.
And then my first thought, and I actually asked my editorial assistant, I said, I haven't listened to pop music since probably 1998, I'm going to guess, something like that. I said, so
That's
I know
when Backstreet Boys' Millennium album came out.
I know who Demi Lovato is because of Camp Rock and Sunny with a Chance, which are Disney Channel movie and show, which my daughter watched. So I know the name, but I don't know anything about her. So I asked Cassie, has she put out an album recently? Is it just coincidence that she's coming out with this big announcement? And guess what? It's a huge coincidence.
I'm sure.
But her newest album just came out. So, how what are the odds?
What are the odds?
Exactly. It's just amazing that these things happen.